Cash flow management is the most critical aspect of any company, and moreover, in a company undergoing insolvency, it becomes a foremost task. In stress situations of the corporate borrowers, the banks usually opt for cash flow monitoring to ensure that they closely monitor the inflows and the outflows of such borrower accounts. In this context, to discuss further, we have with us CA Parshva Shah, a chartered accountant from Mumbai, having 2 years of experience in insolvency sphere and is currently undergoing graduate insolvency program to become an insolvency professional. Hi Parshva, welcome to WeListen.
Hi Prabhu, thanks for having me over here.
Thank you, Parshva. So, Parshva, before we go into the complexities of the situation, can I ask you a basic question as to why will the banks or why do you think the banks appoint cash flow monitoring agencies?
Hi Prabhu. So now banks normally appoint a cash flow monitoring agency whenever there is a stress in the account. So whenever there is any covenant breaches or there is a delay in payment or there is a stress in the account due to any other reasons, in order to protect the value of the assets and to monitor the end use of the borrowing, and so that there is no siphoning of the funds. That is why they normally appoint a cash flow monitoring agencies so that they can monitor it effectively.
Okay. So, Parsh, why don't you think the banks can do it in-house? Why should they have to appoint a third party to look into this cash flow monitoring?
So, banks have many accounts to whom they lend. So, out of those many accounts, there may be quite a few accounts where their account would have become gone under stress. So as to effectively monitor those accounts, and since in one company only there would be thousands and thousands of transactions in a month itself, so it would be very difficult for the banks to monitor so many transactions of so many companies in-house. So to effectively monitor these companies and all the transactions, and for the basic purpose that to protect the value of the company, they would rather appoint a specialized entity which would be sitting in the corporate debtors office only, where they would monitor all the transactions so that there is effective monitoring of those transactions and no siphoning of funds.
Okay. So, how does this process works, Parsh? Like, how does this cash flow monitoring actually work?
Okay, so I'll give you two situations. So now supposedly A Limited, there's a company called A Limited. It is in stress. It has taken loan from B Limited. So B Limited would, in this scenario, would appoint the XYZ firm for a cash flow monitoring purposes. So any expense or any outflow that is made by the corporate debtor, that is A Limited, they would require the approval and verification of that transaction from XYZ firm.
Okay.
After they have verified the transaction, it will be further sent to the bank, which will further process the entire transaction.
Okay.
So there is an exception to this normal cycle also.
Okay.
In some cases, the banks normally transfer such accounts which are under stress to a stress asset management branch.
Okay.
So in these cases, the transaction would be a little more prolonged. So in this case, when A Limited wants to basically incur an expense or there is an outflow that they are requesting, in that case, A Limited will first verify the transaction at their end.
Okay.
Then they would send it to XYZ firm, which is a monitoring agency. Monitoring agency will approve that transaction, which will further then go to SAM branch, that is Stress Asset Management branch. It will again check the entire transaction. It will approve that transaction, and then further it will then go to the bank account where which is the home branch for this corporate debtor, which will process this entire transaction.
Okay.
And further, recently, Government of India has also pushed for agency for specialized monitoring. So these agencies would be appointed in case of loans which are of the size of 250 crores and above. In these cases, they have to monitor end use borrowing function. They have to do this function, and it would be a very detailed exercise, and this is before stress.
Okay.
Moment you give such a big loan, this entire exercise has to be conducted.
Okay. Well said, Pash. So now, Pash, what do you think like happens when the company is undergoing CAR? So till the company is in CARP, I understand the promoter. There is a chance that the promoter can do something wrong, so you have a monitoring agency. The moment CARP is triggered, resolution professional is in place. So how do you think this process hampers the CARP by the resolution professional?
So, Prakul, this cash flow monitoring during CIRP is a double-edged sword. There is a positive aspect to it and there is a negative aspect. Positive aspect is RP can sleep better if there is another entity which is approving the transactions and the payments, because first of all there is already a huge responsibility and risk on him that he is approving the transaction, and if any transaction goes wrong or there is a fraud committed during this time, he can be personally held liable during this period. So when there is another entity which is monitoring this and approving this, he at least has a cover that yes, I have done the due diligence on my part, and there is another entity which is also doing due diligence, and after that something has happened, then he has taken sufficient care about this, and then to this account. Okay. So this brings a relief to him. There's a negative aspect also. So when I was explaining the entire transaction, I told you that there are some cases in which there is a stress asset management branch to whom the entire case gets transferred.
Yes.
So in this scenario, imagine a situation: RP approves a payment. After RP has already done his due diligence, there is a cash flow monitoring agency which will again do his due diligence, and they will approve this payment. Then it will go to stress asset management branch, which will again do due diligence for the third time for the same transaction. Correct. And then it will go to a normal banking branch, which will further clear this. So a transaction which should effectively take 1 or 2 days, it is taking 5 to 6 days to get completed. Right. In some of the cases that I have seen, this transaction takes place through physical copy that you have to submit. Okay. So from when the asset monitoring agency also approves this transaction, it will go in physical copy to SAM branch. Okay. When SAM branch approves it, then it will again go to physical copy to normal banking branch. And in physical copy cases, there is another issue that the paper may get lost. Yeah. So your entire transaction gets delayed. So I say that this is a negative aspect because during CIRP there is already before CIRP itself, I would say there is already trust deficit between the supplier and the company. True. When the RP comes in, one of the biggest role that he plays is reducing this trust deficit. Okay. Increasing this trust by gaining that trust by saying that the RP would personally note, but clear these payments as soon as possible. There would not be any delay on their part, and during CRP, any supply that they make, it will be cleared and it is safe and so on. Correct. But moment there is a delay because of such procedural delay, when the balance is cash balance is already lying in your bank account, and then too you are not able to make the payment. This sends a completely wrong signal to what the RP is saying. True. And this will further cause trust deficit issues between the RP and the supplier. Due to this trust deficit, they may decide not to continue with the company also. And this is not only with suppliers, this is also with the employees. Employees themselves already know that there is bank balance and bank account balance in the company's banks books. Correct. And then too they are not making payment. So this really affects their morale too. True. So to reduce such kind of things, I think there should be a streamlining of process. Okay. And I would suggest that since RP is already a court-appointed person, correct, so he already has a lot of personal responsibility involved. Yes. So he is already checking these things at his level. After that, there is a monitoring agency which is already checking. So there is no need for double checking where another SAM branch would also check this transaction. This is causing an unnecessary delay. It is my personal opinion that it is causing unnecessary delay. Even though this is a protective cover, but eventually this can lead to reduced value for all the stakeholders involved, because the money fetched may reduce because of these things, and your sales will decrease. It will have a very big impact, such a small thing also.
Okay. Thank you, Pash. Thanks for your time. I hope you guys have got a really good content on what cash flow monitoring is and how complex it can turn out during a corporate insolvency resolution process.
Stay tuned to We Listen by subscribing to our podcast.